Welcome to Retirement in a Nutshell and this training video on how to enter a new client or update an existing client. After you sign in, there are two buttons you can select to enter a new client or search for an existing client. There are also menu selections at the top of the page that do the same thing, which are available after initial sign-in. Let's select the New Client button to open up the client entry screen. Entering a new client is easy. Just enter the client's first name and the first three letters of the last name. If there is a spouse or second client, enter their first name as well. Enter the birth year for each client, then hit Save. When you do this, the new clients are saved into the database. Now let's select Search to find an existing client record for Ben and Betty Boomer so you can see an actual client entry. To do a search, you only enter the first three letters of the client's last name. This is for security purposes, and only the first names of your clients will appear on the reports generated by the program. If a report gets into the wrong hands for any reason, there's nothing to tie it back to a particular client. Our security philosophy at Retirement in a Nutshell is that hackers can't steal information that isn't there. To avoid having what regulators consider personally identifiable information, or PII, you do not enter and we do not store the client's full last name, just the first three letters, to aid in finding the client record you want to work on. You will also notice that we don't ask you to enter the client's social security number, account number, addresses, phone numbers, credit card information, or even the client's birth date. Since the program is only accurate to the year, you only need to enter the birth year. We think this makes Retirement in a Nutshell one of the safest financial planning programs available on the Internet. There is a button at the top of the entry screen that reads Delete this client. If you press it, you will be asked if you really want to do this. A word of warning: when you delete a client, you also delete all the plans and information you may have entered for this client over the years. If you want to do a plan for this client in the future, you will have to start from scratch and enter all of their information over again. Make sure that is what you want to do before deleting a client. There is also a delete button available on the Planning What If screen that will only delete the particular plan you are working on for that client and not the whole client. If you have entered more than one plan for this client, you can select the Plans for this client button and it will display a list of all the plans you have previously done, and you can select the one you want to open and work on or display. There is a tab at the top of the entry screen that allows you to select an optional cover image for just this client. If you click on that, it will display a list of all the cover images you can choose from for the cover of your report. When you first registered for the program, you selected a default cover image that will appear on all of your reports. However, if you want another image for just this client on their reports going forward, you can select it here. For instance, if this client is an avid golfer, you can select a golfing cover or grapes for a wine connoisseur. Let's do a quick overview of the whole data entry page. The menu at the top has a choice called My Info, where you can go to update any of your advisor information that you entered during registration, or change the default cover image that will appear on all the reports you prepare going forward. There is a password menu item you can use to change your password. On the right side of the screen is the data entry menu that you will use, starting from the top, working downward to the bottom, entering information for your client. After you are finished, you can select Report to pull up the PDF and look at the results. Every menu item you open has a tab labeled Help Video. That will explain in 5 to 10 minutes everything you need to know for entering that type of information. It can also be a quick refresher if you haven't used the program for a while. At the bottom right side of the data entry page is a menu labeled Training Videos that will show you the whole library of training videos available. There are two in particular that are not tied to a specific entry item, but will be very helpful to you in getting the most out of the program. One explains the backward calculation of living expenses. This is a unique and patented feature of Nutshell that will save you and your clients time and effort while accurately establishing the client's current standard of living. The second explains how to analyze the report and present it to your client. This will help you understand how to use the information the program produces and how to use it interactively with your client. That concludes the training for entering information for a new client. If you still have questions, please look in the frequently asked questions list or call our toll-free number and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you.